Hello YouTube, Canada's Gamer here with another video, and just to show up, I finally unlocked the tier 8 French wheel tank, and like I said, I like a very fast tank. I'm not sure you guys seen my previous water tanks video, but I've been saying that I really do like fast tanks. When I first played water tanks, one of my favorite tanks, but this is way back in its early stages, the T50-2. It was a very fast tank, but it was a different game back then. And ever since they got rid of it, I think the developers they realized that people still like fast vehicle. So the French wheel tank kind of compensate for that. And when it first came out, everybody loved it. Everybody wanted to get it. And the EBR 105, it was considered OP for its speed. Now here, I finally unlocked my tier 8 French wheel tank. I'm making progression, so I'm getting closer to unlock that EBR 105. But the tier 8, that's where you start truly experience the French wheel tank because of the new hydraulic system. So you can see gameplay footage of me playing around, but of course, as a noob with the French wheel tank, I got myself killed. But eventually,
What's up?
because the frontline mode is still a thing and it won't end until a few
Yes,
days,
sir.
I decided to go to frontline mode and try it out. And
What's
my
that?
goodness, frontline mode is a perfect mode for the French wheel tank, especially the tier 8 one, tier 8, tier 9, and tier 10. But of course, frontline they only let you play tier 8, so yeah. The tier 8 French wheel tank, it's perfect for this mode, the frontline mode. And as you can see, I'm zip zapping around and going all over the place. I really love this tank, and I had to watch YouTube videos to learn the strength and weaknesses. Obviously, the weaknesses is because it's a super fast tank, the armor it's super light, like be ready to get penetrated by anything. And yeah, anything in this game is gonna definitely go straight right through you. I know that sounds weird, what I just said, but still. Like the armor of this tank is essentially non-existent. The only reason why armor exists in this tank is to make it as a tank, if that makes any sense. But yeah, don't expect to bounce anything. And another weakness, and I find this very interesting, but in game design, I understand why developers did this. The view range is a very low for a scout tank, but I think the developers they did this on purpose because they want you to be active scouts, not passive scouts. Passive scout is when you go in the bush or hide somewhere where no one could see you, but you could see your enemies. And as a result, you're essentially a spotter turret at that point. And most of the time, it could work, but that's if you have good map knowledge.
Yeah, that's fine.
This French wheel
Yeah.
tank,
Anybody else want
you're
in?
supposed to be an active scout, and active scout, by developer's definition, you're supposed to be
Yep.
zip zapping around and spawning enemies for your team. But as you
I
zip
just
zap
got
around,
shot
you
by a
have to keep
BZ
zip zapping around in order
in the
to
middle.
stay alive and actively looking for enemy opponents.
BZ's right in there.
And one of the biggest strength, because as an active scout, despite its weakness, one of the biggest strength is the gun. Now the gun, it has low armor penetration and low damage, so on paper it looks very useless. But to my surprise, and I think I have a footage here. Well, I'll see if I do have a footage here. To my surprise, the gun is super accurate and accurate on the move. So much so that I had bizarre moments where there was moments where I was literally jumping off, like jumping off a cliff, and I still managed to land my shot in midair, hitting the enemy more than I think 100 meters away from me. It, to me, that was kind of crazy. So this gun is very accurate, and it's on purpose because it's you're actively scouting, so you kind of want your hits to hit on target. But to balance that out, the developers made sure that the gun is on paper weak, so it has low damage and low penetration, but on the move, it's super accurate. Like the guns of the French wheel tanks, they're designed to be on the move. drive-by shooting. So this gun is very good for its for its purpose. And overall, the French wheel tank, I love it. I really do love it, and I could see why when you play its strength, I could see why it's considered overpowered. So much so that the premium version of the Tier 8 French wheel tank, it what I understood is the game developers, they're super hesitant to sell it again because it was considered overpowered. And for those of you who play War of Tanks, you will know that premium tanks, they almost never, if ever, they never get nerfed. And the reason why they never get nerfed is because it's a product that you have to buy with your own money. So I could definitely see why the French Tier 8 premium tank will not be sold again because it was considered overpowered. And on top of that, it was an autoloader. This Tier 8 French tank, my understanding, it's not an autoloader, but the reload speed is very good. Like, the reload speed for a non-autoloader is very good. I think it's 5 seconds or 8 seconds reload time. No more than 8, that's for sure. So it's, I think, 6 seconds reload time. I gotta double check, but still. Yeah, so the gun is very good for its purpose. The French tank is very fast, and this tier 8, that's when you start getting the true experience of the French wheel tank. And when I say true experience, I mean in tier 8, that's when you have the feature, I think it's called hydraulic wheel system. I could be wrong, but it's when you push a button and your French tank starts to go in two different modes, cruiser and drive mode. Cruiser is when you go super fast, but it's very hard to maneuver. While drive mode, you still go fast, but you slow down a bit. Well, I won't say slow down, but you still go fast, but you won't reach your top speed. And but this time you will definitely maneuver around. Like, you will definitely drift. You will definitely make side turns very easily. Like, the tank plays very smooth, and I love it. I love the maneuverability of this tank. But like I said, cruise mode is definitely a feature that you're gonna love to use because you reach your top speed, and when you reach your top speed, you're like going 80 kilometers. I forgot what tanks use, but it's definitely not miles per hour. It's kilometers something. So you'll definitely reach 80, and 80 in World of Tanks. That's a big deal. The only tank that could beat that is the Tier 10 French tank, and it goes up to 105 kilometers. So that's insane. That's why people are grinding for the EBR 105, because if you played your tank right, remember, this tank has low armor. Another weakness, it has low health. So the tanks, they're designed to be literally glass cannon. They're designed to be very weak, but for a good reason. Because if you never get hit in the first place, and if you utilize your speed, map knowledge, and the way you drive, you will absolutely wreck the enemy team. And good light tanks, or should I say good French wheel tank drivers, they'll definitely change the tide of the battle. And that's why, once again, the premium tier 8 French wheel tank, they will never sell it again because it was deemed overpowered, especially in the hands of good players. Once again, it has obvious weakness, so this tank is definitely gonna get destroyed if it's out in the open, being slow, and not responding correctly. But in the hands of a good player, oh, this is definitely an overpowered tank. And if you've seen my Water Tanks video with me playing the French wheel tank, I have awesome moments, gaming moments, where I go behind enemy lines, destroy their artillery, and then start picking off, weak tank players that are in low health. So absolutely, I could see myself having an awesome game, and I'm glad that I unlocked the tier 8 French wheel tank. So I'm still gonna play it, and I'm gonna grind all the way to the tier 10. Hopefully I could get there, but it's gonna take a while because Water Tank is definitely a grindy game. Well, guys, I think I praised the French wheel tank enough, but you could tell by the sound of my voice that I love it. I love it with a passion. So yeah, I'm gonna end it here because I feel like I ranted enough. Catalyst Gamer over and out.